Well folks, we finally arrived at the end of the road for year 1 of Sparking Zero's DLC, and what a road it's been. In all honesty, this whole pack feels really anticlimactic. There's no sight of Goku's SSJ 2 or 3 forms for Mini Goku. SSJ 3 Vegeta is his own character, no transformations included. It's just some of the huge disappointments after such a long wait for this DLC. Same goes for Daima Goku. SSJ 4 is his own character, which is sadly such a huge waste. Bandai had the perfect opportunity to add that awesome transformation scene straight out of the anime. And where the hell are the Tamagotchis? Bandai really didn't add any of them is a big disservice to the fans. There's a lot of things to unpack today, so let's dive right into it. Alright, so let's start with the huge elephant in the room. 6 new characters have dropped. I made it clear in my last video, I don't count transformations as characters. So my reality is, we only got 2 new characters, that being Goma and Majin Buu. But for the sake of this video, I'll leave that topic alone and just focus on the 6 new characters we've gotten. Goku Mini SSJ 4, Adult Daima Goku SSJ 4, Adult Vegeta SSJ 3, Majin Buu, Goma, and Giant Goma. These 6 new characters actually come with a new stage, the first Demon Realm, which appears as the final battlefield for Goku and his friends against their final stand against Goma. I guess Bandai heard us complaining about the lack of stages in the game and finally decided to give us a new map. Thank you, I guess. Honestly, it looks pretty good and I for one welcome it with open arms. So again, thank you, Bandai, for finally giving us one whole new stage almost a year later. That's pretty much where my praise for the latest DLC goes, because everything else as far as how they chose to handle things just seems so lazy. Let me say this now though, before I get into all the negative vibes of this. The animations, especially for both Gokus, well, they're absolute cinema to me. Vegeta's rush attack captures the look from the anime when he used it on Goma. And Goku's transcendent Kamehameha is truly beautiful to look at. Majin Buu even has his silly Super Saiyan 3 transformation bit, you know, the one he did in the anime, even down to the point of him getting tired after using it. And finally, Bandai added the dubbing for all the Diamond characters, which was very long overdue.
Even though I'm a kid again, I bet I could still beat you. Let's find out, Vegeta.
No match at the size. You're still no match for me.
There's also several new patches that have been added to the game to further improve the combat. Also, the previous Diamond Pack characters had no unique interactions with the other characters in the game. But this pack, well, I gotta give them their props. They took the time to give us more interactions, like this little bit with Goku and Vegeta in their SSJ 3 forms.
I figured you'd hit Super Saiyan 3 sooner or later. But if I'm being honest, I kinda thought it would be a whole lot quicker than this.
I'd apologize for the delay, but as you'll see, the best ass kickings are worth waiting for.
Once again, absolute stamina. I was surprised Universe 11 didn't have anything to say about Goma ripping off their uniforms. That was definitely a missed opportunity right there. DLC Pack 1, or the Superhero Pack, gave us 11 characters, with a costume for Piccolo and no new stage unique from the movie, namely the missing red ribbon base. DLC Pack 2, the Diamond Pack, well, the first one, gave us 8 new characters, and again, no new stage in sight. The final pack gave us 6 new characters, and finally a new stage. Now call me crazy, but even with the added stage, it just still seems like we got less and less per pack. Before you come at me in the comments, well, Diamond Pack 1 and 2 go hand in hand, or anything along those lines to try to justify the pack's glaring lack of content, please, please, please hear me out and listen to the end of this video. The Superhero Pack gave us a decent amount of content. Honestly, it could have been perfect if they just added a stage per pack. But that alone isn't why the first pack was amazing to me. It was the clear effort that went into the characters that was put into that pack. From Gohan and his transformations to Piccolo's, it was just so perfectly handled. Just imagine if Bandai would have made any of those transformations into their own characters like they chose to do with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I'm confident that would have just pissed off the fandom. It's a complete climb that Sparking Zero followed the same roadmap as Raging Blast and Xenoverse. What they did to Vegeta's transformation was just, it was wrong. I don't think there exists a Dragon Ball game where Vegeta can actually transform into his Super Saiyan 3 mid-battle. Yet Sparking Zero finally had the canon opportunity to do so, and they elected not to do it. When I made my character prediction, I knew they wasn't gonna add a diamond version of Vegeta with a new pool of moves for his base and Super Saiyan forms. Yet, I predicted they would at least just add an outfit to end Vegeta to allow him to transform into his Super Saiyan 3 form. But no, instead of just doing the smartest choice, they instead went the lazy route and made him a separate character. Sparking Zero just added a new mechanic to the game where if you transform during battle, you get a permanent buff. So basically, because Vegeta Super Saiyan 3, he can't transform, so he can't receive that buff. It's just horrible. It's stupid. But that's not my issue. It's the fact we can't get a Vegeta that can transform into Super Saiyan 3 properly mid-battle. Vegeta just can't get the respect he deserves on his name. Guess so much for the Prince of All Saiyans, huh? The crimes don't stop there though. Goku also got done dirty. Where is Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 mini Goku? And no, I'm not talking about GT Goku. It's crazy that Vegeta in his mini form gets all his transformations, yet Bandai continues to be lazy and just decided not to add all of Goku's transformations. I mean, we can get Pansy who didn't have any real combat in Daima, but we couldn't get all of Goku's forms is something that's about to make me crash out. Oh, there I go. I'm about to crash out.
No!
And of course, the one thing I thought Bandai would have at least gotten right was to add Goku's epic transformation into his Super Saiyan 4 form from the anime. What animation am I talking about, you ask? Well, let me show you, for those in the back that didn't see it. Why Bandai? Why did you guys ruin this for us? I know I'm not alone when I say that we, the fans, were looking forward to this being animated into the game. Anybody that grew up playing the original Sparking games know that the thing that made these games amazing was the ability to transform during the battles, especially when they were ripped beautifully from the anime itself. So, to see Super Saiyan 4 Goku lazily added as just yet another character separate from himself and remove his ability to actually transform during battle just leaves a nasty taste in my mouth. Pause. Like, why Bandai? Did you guys not hear how pissed off we were when you guys decided to add Charlotte to the game with no transformations during battle? That's what separates the Sparking games from games like Fighter Z and Xenoverse. Modders, no doubt, are probably already getting to work trying to code Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku and Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 forms into their base counterparts to give them the ability to actually transform mid-battle. Mind you, with a much smaller development team. But hey, whatever. And of course, there's no sight of a single Tamagotchi in sight. It's just crazy. My guy told me this is proof that Bandai isn't done with support for Sparking Zero and plan on selling them to us down the line. My guy might be on to something, because we still haven't even gotten Super 17 yet.
Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17!
And it would be kinda stupid if they don't add more transformations for Charlotte as well. Sparking Zero comes to Switch this November. I wouldn't be surprised if Bandai announces a Year 2 season pass for the game around that time, but I won't be buying it. The way Bandai handled Sparking Zero post-launch was always disappointing to me. From catering to the tryhards and nerfing characters and rebalancing the game to better fit in line with that scene, to me, well, it just killed the game for me. I felt Bandai poured more energy into balancing the game, which in their words was purposely supposed to be unbalanced, instead of putting that same amount of passion into what made the original Sparking games shine, well, so strongly in the first place. On top of that, they probably spent the other half of their time trying to get Sparking Zero to run on Switch 1, which to me seems so stupid when the Switch 2 should have been the sole focus. All these things could have been the reasons why Sparking Zero didn't live up to the hype. Break the heavens. More like breaking my patience.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Sparking Zero might be finished after this DLC. I'm sure we'll still receive game balances as time goes on to deal with any glitches or other game-breaking mechanics that might have been induced in this latest update. I'm hoping that's the case though. Like I mentioned before, if they release a Year 2 Season Pass for content, I for one have no plans to buy it. But if Bandai fix these issues, well, maybe once everything comes out, I'll consider buying the pass. Maybe. Those are followed. Outfits being tied to specific areas, such as Vegeta only being allowed to wear his Saiyan armor as early Vegeta. How about we remove the restrictions on that? You know, it could open up more customization options right there. And of course, add more unique outfits to the characters, or at least an option to customize your colors. More stages. Sure, we got the first Demon Realm. That's just a small drop considering all the missing stages from past Sparking games. Bring them back. And let's start with Kami's Lookout. No. Seriously, I don't care what order they bring them back. Just please, Bandai, bring them all back, period. Missing characters such as the Dragon Ball cast and the missing GT characters,
Nobody can beat me.
let's get them back into the game. And of course, let's get other missing characters like Androids 14 and 15. And need I say once more, can we get characters from the manga? Can we get Moro, Granola, Ultra Ego Vegeta, even Black Frieza? Please. Let's focus more on the fans of the anime instead of the tournament tryhard scene. We can save the game and restore it to its glory if you cater to us instead of them. Time will tell, of course, what Bandai decides to do with Sparking Zero's future. Quite possibly be decided by, well, how well it does on Switch. After all, that's a new player base who doesn't own any of the consoles the game has already been on, so there's sure to be players eagerly ready to pick this game up at launch. What do you guys think? Are you satisfied with the final DLC pack with Sparking Zero, as well as the game's potential future? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. As always, this has been Infinite Zero, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Game on, gamers.